that, I promise you. But right now, we're going to welcome Larry Allen, also known as Larry from Mize. He is a longtime SuperTalk listener. Of course, we're in his county of Smith County right now, so we thought we'd invite him on. And, in fact, talking to our content director about this a couple of days ago when I suggested that, we're going to try to find some listeners in other areas when we're out doing remotes and bring them on and let them introduce themselves to the rest of our fantastic SuperTalk community. So, Larry, thanks for being here, man. Good to see you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. So, what do you think about all this stuff that's going on up in Washington? We got a brand new president. I know you are a supporter of President Donald Trump, as we are here as well. You and I have talked about that. You've sent me lots of the texts. What do you think about the work he's been doing the last couple of weeks?
Man, he's been getting it, ain't he? He has been
harder for us to keep up with, man.
Yeah. Well, the liberals can't grab because they can't keep up with it.
They're having a hard time. You're right about that. They're having a hard time trying to just craft a response and figure out what to say, because as soon as they get on to something, he moves on to something else.
He's a step ahead of them.
He is, which I think is a good thing. I think that is welcome, and this is what Americans voted for. They voted for action.
That's right.
And he's out, and he's getting after it. Are you concerned in any way about this possibility of tariffs? We've talked to people. He's already said tomorrow 25% tariffs he's going to impose on Canada and Mexico. I'm not sure they're actually going to go through. I think he's keeping his hand close to the vest, as they say. What do you think?
I think he's kind of bluffing a little bit. But before income tax, that's how we funded the USA.
That's right.
So maybe we could get away with federal income tax and just tariff.
He's actually talked about that. That would be a significant tariff based on the amount we import.
That's true.
And that, and some people may be for that. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I'd love not to have to pay any income taxes and be taxed purely on consumption, because that's what would happen there. But he's pretty good about using tariffs as a negotiating tool. He's a master of that, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the order of the deal.
I think that's where all that comes from, for sure. What do you think about him issuing these orders right off the bat to end all these DEI programs across the federal government?
Love it. I mean, DEI is, you can call it reverse discrimination, but it's really just discrimination.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But he wasted no time with that. Now, there's a lot of pulling hair out and feigning tears and teeth gnashing and clutching of pearls and all the metaphors among many of the left-leaning public sector federal government employees that ain't happy about this.
No, especially your boy Benny Thompson.
He's really not happy about it. He's not my boy, by the way. Don't say that. Oh, my gosh.
Hey, though, we talk about Mitch McConnell, how bad a senator is in Kentucky, and we got Benny Thompson, so are we any better?
That's true. But we certainly did not support or vote for the Congressman Benny Thompson. He represents a district where it's just pretty dang hard to pry him out of that.
They got it gerrymandered in there.
Whew, since 1993, he's been there.
Yeah.
So speak about that. Talk about that, Larry, just as a voter, as a citizen. We should also point out you're an alderman at Mize, is right.
That's right.
Okay. Just want to make sure that the folks knew that.
We got municipal elections this year.
That's right. And you running?
Yeah.
Okay.
People don't understand, though, if you vote, your water bill's bad, you can't call the president.
That's true.
The president can't help you. You got to, and we'll get like maybe 20% turnout. I mean, people just don't come out.
I wonder why.
For mayors and
You're right about that. There's always low turnout.
And if you need somebody, you can call us. You can
That's
call
true. That's
Trump.
a good point. That's a good point. You're right. So thanks for saying that. We need to get people to take a stronger interest in municipal elections. You're right. This year, April 1, the primary, right?
Yep.
April 1.
Mine is small. We don't do primary. We just do so ours is in June.
Okay, gotcha.
In June. But yeah, you're right.
Gotcha. Okay, well, it's still June, not far out. But, man, we got to get people involved. Get out and vote.
Big time. And, like, I had the chairman of Smith County standing right there, and he said, we need to get people registered, be a Republican, be active, get out.
Yeah. They absolutely do. Well, so you heard it. Larry from Mize, he's an alderman there in Mize, Mississippi. He says you got to get out and vote because it's municipal elections, and you're so right about that. People are impacted more from from their municipal leaders, arguably, than the state leaders. And like you said, if they got a problem with their water bill or their roads or something else locally, you can't call the president for that.
No, you got the garbage laying on the curb, nobody picked it up. Can't call Trump. He don't want to hear it.
That's true. You got bigger fish to fry than that.
That's right.
But that kind of stuff affects your life every day,
That's
right?
true.
So you got to be aware of that.
And like this hospital, I mean, it's vital for economic growth.
Yeah.
You know Smith County. I mean, we got Georgia Pacific. It's about the only industry we got. And I think it's a help maybe get us some.
It's exciting.
Business, yes.
I'm impressed with the turnout of all the folks here for the dedication.
My sister lived right across the road here when I was a little boy, and she'd walk to work to the hospital. She was a nurse. And I've never seen this many cars.
It's awesome.
Ever, yeah.
Well, we spoke, as you know, to Greg Gibbs, the CEO of the hospital. We got a board member, Jeff Hall, coming up next. But they're pretty excited about the opportunity here. They've run the numbers. They've put the model together, and they feel secure that this is going to be something that is economically viable and sustainable while serving the public. And having a facility like this close by is important.
And I think I've seen every elected official local here today.
Good.
I've seen the mayors and from Mize, Taylorville, and Raleigh.
Well, that's good. So they're all taking an interest in it, which I think indicates that it's going to be a big-time successful deal.
I think so.
So what do you think about some of the stuff we've been talking about, Larry, at the state level? You know, eliminating the income tax, as Caleb Saylor's just mentioned. The governor has prioritized that. That's his top policy issue. What do you think about that?
I'm with him.
Okay. You want to see that done?
The only thing the governor ever did that kind of ticked me off was sign our flag out.
Okay.
But I don't think we'd have got all this business he got us with.
No doubt about it.
I think, it was good in the end.
Okay.
And I think if it ever went to another vote, it'd have had to vote it out anyway. I
think that's right. Yeah. Polls show, internal polls, and there are people who spent money to poll a lot of Mississippians that said, I think it's time for a change. But that's in the rearview mirror.
That's right.
I do think, I know for a fact that a big project I was involved in Madison County, we talked about, they flat out told us if you don't change the flag, we're not coming. So we landed a $10 billion investment, as a result of that. That's behind us now. But the income tax deal, you're for it.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
I want federal, too.
Yeah, me too. I'm all for that. That has a much bigger bite on your pocketbook than those state taxes do.
I was telling Miss Alex, I said, I can afford state.
That's right. I think a lot of people would say that. What can we do about the federal income tax? And, we need to get our Congress to act. You heard me talk about that a lot. Get that thing renewed.
If that don't happen, we're going to be in trouble.
Because your tax bill's going up next January if we don't get that thing.
Other than what it is, it's high enough right now.
Exactly. We don't want it to go any higher, and that's what's going to happen if we don't get those folks to get in gear and get the Trump tax cuts reenacted big time. How do you feel? Go ahead.
What do you think about the what's that? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to ask you about the ballot initiative situation.
Oh, yeah. I heard you talking about it.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm kind of on the fence.
Okay. That's kind of where I am. I
want it, but I don't want some big companies to come in here,
that's the concern.
Big money, and push stuff through on us that we really don't want.
That's the concern. The Lieutenant Governor points that out every time he talks about it. It's my understanding as well that former Speaker of the House, Philip Gunn, has changed his position on that. He now opposes it.
Does he really?
Yeah. I talked to a couple of people in the Capitol yesterday. Now, I haven't asked the former speaker personally that, but I've heard it from multiple people in the legislature who have visited with him on this issue. So
Medicaid expansion, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, what about it?
I ain't heard nothing out of it this year.
Yeah, there's there's bills, right, to do that. At a minimum, I know Democrats have bills to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I would say, as I discussed a few weeks ago, what this legislature better be concerned about is paying for existing Medicaid, because I think you're going to see our costs go up rather significantly there, Larry.
Those is looking to cut.
Well, they are, and so is the president. So
I think that's why it's been so quiet. I mean, people know.
I think you're right.
The people that was pushing it know, well, I might not push this year.
My advice to the legislature, even Republicans that support Medicaid expansion, don't even take that up till you have clarity from the federal government.
That's right.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Larry, it's good to see you, man. I appreciate you stopping by and coming on the program, and really appreciate you being a loyal listener.
Can I say hello to Rhino?
Yes, sir.
Rhino.
Howdy.
You're the man.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Larry from Mize, Larry Allen, an alderman in Mize, has been our guest. When we come back, it's Jeff Hall, board member, Covington County Hospital.